welcome. We are going to be teaching you the guided discovery style today, style F. But before we start, I would like to introduce myself. I am Coach Carlos, and this is...
And I'm Coach Jess.
I'm Coach Mila, and this is Coach Jay.
Coach Farron to you guys, though.
And so, the style F. So, the defining characteristics, as other groups have introduced it, were the logical and sequential designs of questions that lead a person to self-discover a predetermined outcome. Now, what does that actually mean in English? Well, the teacher's role is to make all the subject decisions, including the target concept to be discovered, the main goal, as well as the sequential designs of the questions of the learners. So we're actually going to have premeditated questions that you will hopefully ask with the answer attached to it. And so the learner's role, or your role here today, is to discover the answers through independent problem solving.
So the objectives, what are they? They are divided into subject matter and behavior. Subject matter includes the interconnection of steps, discovering the concept, developing sequential discovery skills, and behavior objectives include discovery of crossing the threshold and providing the learner with a moment of eureka.
Awesome, thank you. And so the anatomy of the guided discovery style, what exactly is it? The bones to it. So in the pre-impact stage, us, the teachers, are going to make all the decisions and the objectives of and the design, where the impact is going to be the interplay between learner and teacher. This is where we are going to be interacting. And the post-impact is where the teacher verifies the learner's response to each question. And if you would like to teach us about the ladder of guided discovery, please.
Thank you for giving us the bones of our concept. Well, the ladder of guided self-discovery includes stimulus, dissonance, mediation, and response. Stimulus includes moving the learner to dissonance. Dissonance and mediation are clumped into one, meaning the learner searches for the answer. And response, the last step of the ladder to reach you to the top of discovery, will be produced after going through all the former steps.
And since we are kind of crunched on time, I'm just going to go over the teacher's roles and what they should do. If you do have any questions later or after we are done, feel free to read it over. If anything arises, let us know. We'd be happy to inform you about it. But what should the teacher do? Well, the teacher should never tell the answer, always wait for the learner's response, offer frequent feedback during the activity, and maintain a climate of acceptance and patience. And before we end off, I want to give you guys a quote, brought to you by her, please.
So the developmental channels of the guided discovery style is quoted as, the more the design variations include teacher talk, memory questions, and peer interactions, the less the design indicates guided discovery and the more it represents the practice style.
All right, coaches, if you don't mind leading us somewhere.
Okay, Jay, Coach Farron will count you off as you leave, but everyone get up and let's hustle to the gym.
Get your head in the game, hustle to the gym!
Hustle, 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 hustle! You're one. You're two. You're one. You're two. You're one.
You need to get your head in the game and hustle to the gym.
You're two. You're one. You're two. You're one. You're two. You're one. You're two. You already won. You're two. You're one.
I'm what?
Come to the front part. Not me.
Yeah, guys, we're going to the front part of the
To the
gym.
front part.
You go through.
Jay? You tell them that they have to be very smart.
Okay, one. You're against the wall. Two. You're against the window. And the sweat down your horse. Okay, stand across. Does anybody not have a partner?
Yes, does everyone have a partner? Are
You
all
should be
partnered
standing
up?
across from somebody. One's against this wall. Two's against this wall.
Yeah, I'm a one.
I like this.
I got you.
I like it.
Okay, now spread out. Okay, where's Coach? Oh, here it is. Okay, so bouncing the ball is very distracting. So when you hear this sound, you stop, pick up the ball, and listen up. Okay, first question.
So to get you in the mindset of basketball, I'm sure some of you know probably a lot about it. So I just want to ask, in basketball, to effectively have the ball travel from one person to the next, what should we do? Pass. Correct.
Very
Great
good.
answer. What are some of the ways that the ball can travel between person A and person B?
Bounce pass.
Chest pass.
Perfect.
Roll.
Bounce
Thank you for
pass
answering.
and chest pass. Perfect.
Very good. All right, now we're going to practice those two concepts. So you're going to start with the ball in your right hand, and you're going to execute 5 bounce passes to your partner. Let's see it. Try and make them crisp. Try and make them clean. Right to the hands of your partner.
Is that all you got?
Yes.
Okay, may I have a whistle? Okay, now switch to your left hand. 5 more passes. Go. Go, go, go. Give it all you got. Whip it. Quicker. Harder. Okay. Now, let's see some chest passes. Start with your right hand. Ball only in the air, should not be touching the ground. To your partner. Go.
Let's do slow throws.
Very good.
Safety is the #1 essential here.
You're just passing just with your right hand. No bullshit.
Sorry.
Whoa.
Be careful. Be careful. Very good. Okay, once you're done with that, now with your left hand. Go. Go, go, go. Quick, quick, quick. Go, go, go. All right, hold the balls. Okay, what are some obstacles that might come up that would make a pass more difficult?
A defender, yeah.
Correct. Very
Great
good.
job. Great job.
Any other answers? Awesome. Good job, you guys. You're doing great. Okay, what does good defensive positioning look like?
Yes.
Can I have some verbal descriptions? That is very good.
Great job.
Whoa.
Very good.
Hands behind your back.
False. Can you give me another suggestion?
Standing up really straight. So you
want-
get height, they can't see the other person. You know?
That's not the right
Kind of
track.
block
Can
them. Stand up
anybody
real small.
suggest another idea that could be different?
Staying low
Yes, why would you want to do that?
so that you can move feet on your toes.
Feet on your toes. Very nice. What might be some ways that good defensive arms look like?
Hands up.
Hands up. Yep.
Great job.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're gonna split up in groups of 3. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3.
Go. Get in your groups. You need 1 ball per group. 1 person's in the middle and just on the walls, same as you guys had last time. So have 1 partner against the wall, 1 partner against the window, 1 partner in the middle. Okay, can I have a whistle, please? Whistle, please.
Please be
Whistle,
careful.
please. Whistle, please. Hold the ball, please. Thank you.
Let's gather together. Or attention on
No,
deck.
okay. No, stay on the wall. Stay in the middle. Okay, so now what we're going to practice, groups of 3, the person in the middle is the defender. You're going to approach, you're going to come up to your partner and either have your hands high or hands low, and you can move to the left or move to the right. So choose a position, execute that position, and then based on, so what do you guys think if someone was shading gave them their right hand and had their hands low, what kind of pass would you want to do?
Chest pass to the right.
Very good. What about hands high and shading to the left?
That was fast.
Very good. Okay, so defense, let's get some stationary positioning.
Hey
Try
guys,
and
please
get 5
slow in
passes.
these motions, please. Be in a tight space.
Very good. Nice.
That was gonna be easy to be taller.
Okay, slow down a little bit, you guys, and Mark will have a clear position first. There you go. There you go. Okay, execute 5 and hold the ball. Whistle, please. Very good. All right, now we're gonna speed this up a little bit. Do you have any more?
I think you do a great job.
Okay. Okay, now we're gonna have with an approach. So the defense is gonna approach them now, more of a running motion, a little bit quicker. Ready, go!
I'll kick spots if you know.
There you go. Okay, whistle. Let's switch partners. New person in the middle.
Yes.
Ready, go! Good job. That's great effort, Justin. Keep moving. Great job. Good job.
Yeah, a little quicker reaction, guys.
Good job. And whistle. All right, let's put the balls on the ground and bring it in the middle.
Good work, team.
Bring it in, bring it in. Maud, you come in, come to two.
Let's huddle together.
Okay, great job, everyone.
Thank you.
That was a little bit of passing expertise or knowledge about basketball. And executing a successful offensive pass in basketball depends on choosing the correct form of passing. This form must correspond with how the defense chooses to position themselves against the offender. And basically, offense is the reaction to defense. And this is just a slight glimpse of a deeper strategy that can be discovered through more exposure to the game and its intricacies. Yes.
So a big interesting quality about the guided discovery is you guys have the skills, have the sets, just like you made practice with your right hand, practice with your left hand, bounce pass, chest pass. You guys were given the skill set, but as you progress through more complicated activities, you're able to make the logical conclusion that, okay, one part of basketball strategy is I need to effectively decide as an offensive player, read the defense, what is the defense doing, and make an offensive decision from that. So hopefully you guys, that is a little bit more of a deeper concept, but hopefully you guys came to that just from simply learning a skill and progressing through some motions of that.
At this time, we would like to see if you have any questions about our style or basketball, and to remind you, we're all part of this team. We're all in this together. Wow. So, any questions? No.
I know you have questions, so please, shoot away.
Feel free to shoot away. I get it. It's a joke.
Yeah.
So your guys' goal, is to kind of guide us into kind of step by step, and then the ending is kind of putting those all together.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
And it's your conclusion that you came through.
Is one of your guys' goals to give external rewards when someone does something right, or is that just something you guys kind of implemented on your own?
Yeah.
Repeat
So,
the question, Jay.
is it a requirement? Is it a characteristic to give external rewards, or is that just part of our presentation? Seems like it's kind of an elementary principle of leading people through it, as in good job, a lot of positive reinforcement. So we just thought that would be a fun way to positive reinforce people and have them participate. But positive reinforcement, whether that's verbal or physical, is the same.
Yeah, and because it's a guided self-discovery, we're not supposed to exactly tell you the steps to get to the outcome, so we're trying to build confidence by giving you this extrinsic motivation.
Any other questions?
Who's the Troy Bolton over here?
You guys gonna dance for us?
You guys want to do anything on the balls?
Hey,
Yeah, if you guys wouldn't mind grabbing a ball and taking it back into the cage, we would greatly appreciate it.